Good evening all and welcome to another video on All Howdy Ale. It's alcohol-free night and the beer we're going for tonight is a bit of a bargain, or is it? We'll find out in a bit. I picked it up in Home Bargains. It's this one. It is the Clausthaler Original. And yeah, like I said, I picked it up in Home Bargains, $2.99 for a 4-pack. Never been in there before, so I thought have a little look down the beer section, and they had this one. It describes itself as crisp and fresh. They say that they are the German pioneers of non-alcoholic brews, and it weighs in less than 0.5% ABV. The ingredients are listed on the back as water, barley malt, hop extract, and CO2. And that is pretty much it. Like I say, $2.99 for a 4-pack. Never had it before, and if you live in Australia, you get 10 cents back if you return the bottle. I'm not going all the way for 10 cents. Anyway, without further ado, we should get it out into a glass and see what we think. So, it's been one of those weeks. I've earned this one. There we go. Pouring into my AF Beer Club glass because we can, and the pour is pale. Not too pale. That's a good start. See if we can get a nice head on it. We can. We can indeed. So, that's your beer in a glass. Nice golden colour. Clear as a bell, and a white head that is reasonably tight and compact. That's your beer in a glass, up close. A few bubbles on the side, but we'll forgive myself for that. Let's have a whiff. Interesting. It does smell grassy, slightly peppery, slightly citrusy, slightly spicy, but, and there is a but, and it's a slight negative, it smells slightly skunked, which is a surprise because it's a green glass bottle. But otherwise, it smells alright. So, looks good, smells alright, see what it tastes like. Cheers. Body's decent, medium weight, medium heavy, good carbonation, nice overall mouthfeel. Then it comes to the flavour. And it really is a beer of two halves. I'll tell you the negative second. The thing I like is that slightly grassy hop. It does bring a little something. Slightly oily, slightly citric, and slightly bitter. And after all of that pleasant stuff comes that super, super sweet, sugary sweet malt, which throws off the entire beer's balance completely. And it tastes like sugar crystals. Like if you were posh back in the day, you'd have a pot of sugar crystals instead of cubes if you were slightly posh and just general granulated sugar like you and me. Yeah, that kind of sweetness. I normally hate that in beer. I do. And I dislike it in this one. The hate is tempered somewhat because that bitterness and that slightly citrus hop is a slight saving grace. It's not massive. It's not going to be a complete saviour, but I can tolerate it for the rest of the flavour. Anyway, the finish is slightly bitter, slightly crisp, relatively clean, a little bit wheaty, and overall, despite that sweetness on the flavour up front, reasonably well balanced. Yeah, there we go. Scoreboard of joy time. Scoreboard currently looks like so. Empty. Let's fill it in with a red pen of judgment, shall we? We'll start with the visuals as always, and being brutally honest, it's a decent looking beer. It's a good colour. It's a good head on it. Nothing really to dislike about that. Is there really? Let's be honest. It looks like a damn good lager. So I'm going to give it the full point. The aroma gives off, like I say, grassiness, citrus, hint of spice, and crucially, zero hint of the sweetness that follows. It's a little light, a little malty, but yeah, hops up front, and then the malt behind that. Not too much to dislike. I just want a fair bit more of it. So I'm going to go to the point. Say a fair bit more. I'm going to go to 0.7. The body though, fantastic. Good medium to medium heavy weight. Light carbonation. Overall, really kind of full mouth feel. Spot on. Can't fault that. It's having a full point. And the taste is really, like I said, a beer of two halves. The sweetness does hit first, and then that fades reasonably quickly into that slightly citrusy, slightly bitter hop that is a pleasant flavour. And yeah, I tolerate the rest of the negatives for that good flavour. I'm going to go down to 0.4 on that one. Instead of down the middle, because I'm really not a fan of that sweetness. It needs tempering somewhat. Maybe some more hops, please. And the finish, again, I like my lagers clean, crisp and hoppy. This one is relatively crisp, mildly hoppy, not overly clean. It's alright, it's pretty well balanced, but again, doesn't fit my criteria too well. That one I'm going to go same as the aroma, 0.7, which gives me 3.4, 3.8 out of 5, which is not too bad considering that sweetness. My scoring is always objective. You know, I give good points to the bits that I like, less to those that I don't. Would I buy it again? Truth be told, probably not. Because of that sweetness, like I say, there's other beers at similar price points. I could go down to Lidl and buy their Perlenbacher for similar money, and it tastes quite nice. Value for money, $2.99 for 4. If you don't mind that sweetness, it's going to be pretty damn good value for money. That's what, not a lot of money at all per bottle. 75p, 150, yeah, that's 75p a bottle. Whichever way you cut that, that's pretty decent value. And it's not going to have the full bonus because it didn't get a full 5 out of 5. So here we go. 3.8 out of 5. Let's pop that over there and sum it up. It's a beer of two halves. Bits of it I like, bits of it I don't. It's all right. It's not going to set the world on fire. But equally, it's not going to rock my world either. But yeah, if you like your beer slightly sweet and then a little bit bitter, then this one is probably one for you to try. And we're going to leave it there and say, that's been the beer, I've been me, those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You've got your like, comment, dislike and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I will see you again soon for another one. Bye for now.